Hey, welcome to WonderFest World Stream Series. I'm your host, Arlene. We are here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm so thrilled we have an artist from New Brunswick. Nurture is joining us today with some original music and some conversations. And Kat Leonard is behind the scenes making sure our show looks incredible. And to start things off, we acknowledge that we acknowledge the land that we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse nations, Inuit and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. All right, so I was debating what song to perform today. You know what? I'm gonna do a song that I'm gonna be playing with my band. Can't wait to join with them again. We're gonna be on stage, and just tune in for that because that's coming in September. This is the title track of my latest album. It's called Home With You. Thinking about you, I have a sudden urge to call you up. I grab my phone, I get ready to die. Oh, I know, yes I know, you're fast asleep. So I'll wait till the morning. For now, I'll picture you holding me close, and I'll wake up beside you in your loving arms. Oh, I can't wait for the days to go home to you, to run home to you, to be home with you. Tossing and turning, I can't fall asleep. I wonder what stories fill your dreams. I hear your sweet voice inside my head. Oh, I'd rather hear it beside me instead. So I'll wait till the morning. For now, picture you holding me close, and I'll wake up beside you in your loving arms. Oh, I can't wait for the days to go home to you, to run home to you, to be home with you. These minutes feel like hours. Oh, I'm still wide awake. And you call me up and you tell me that you couldn't sleep. You couldn't wait till the morning to tell me you're picturing holding me close, and I'll wake up beside you in your loving arms. I tell you that I cannot wait for the days to go home to you, to run home to you, to be home with you. Oh, I can't wait to be home with you. Thank you. If you like that song, you can totally stream it on Spotify, get the whole album on iTunes and all that. And stay tuned, in September, I'll be playing that with my whole band again. And now I'm going to call on our featured artist, performing all the way from St. John, New Brunswick, Nurture Nurture.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Great.
I'm so excited. So I'm thrilled to meet you virtually, and I'm looking forward to the time when we can visit you guys in New Brunswick, or you come over here, and then we'll make sure that we do a show.
Yeah, it's
or
wonderful
something.
to be able to make a friend in a time when things are so tough, for meeting people and being around one another.
Yeah,
great.
that's true. All right, so we'll let you take it away with your first two songs.
Let's do it. The song's called Life of a Six. It's about the Enneagram test. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it, but it's about, taking things and believing in them only as much as they serve you.
What have I discovered here? A perspective inspection, a revealing of fears, a hammer that struck, a simple headache. What could have fated, but I cut those breaks. Now that we're defining numbers, now that we won't multiply, a factor that's stuck while we're in motion, properties and promotion. Fame from accepting a new name, knowing them as a new me. Don't believe everything this says about you. Hold that sense of self you're trying to save. You claim to be a skeptic. The stars will stay the same. Orphan strips of agency, a platonic extortion of prophecy, a tangle that's taught and self-imposed, praised by those who wield it. We can take some wisdom from this, but wiser words are less sought after. Battle that's best, not fought at all. Best just address your bastion. Fame from accepting a new name, knowing them as a new me. Don't believe everything this says about you. Hold that sense of self you're trying to save.
Alright, so that song was Life of a Six. And the reason I'm playing it tonight isn't because it's like a new song or anything. That came out on our first album called Nocturnal Panic last year. I do this thing called the RPM Challenge where I write a whole album in a single month. So Life of a Six was off of one of those albums, and people just really like it lately. So I thought maybe some of you out there who might know about us might want to hear Life of a Six. What's going on, Mikey? Thanks for the support, man. Yeah, so I hope you wanted to hear that one. And the next one is called Tactical Terry. This is one of my favorite songs that we play, so I hope you guys like it. It's about an old friend of mine who I met while I was streaming Magic the Gathering, and I've never met them in person, just like many of the people that might be watching or help me organize this show tonight. But I was just amazed at how deep of a friendship we could form. I know things about his family, and I celebrate their successes and mourn their losses with them, even though we've never even shook hands. So here we go, Tactical Terry.
taste of life that's in my head. Will I pick up? Will this pick up? Pretend friends. I offer organs. I know you'll return them. Seen and chosen over. A mended memory of the days. A pool of light across my face. That's this place. That's it. If I walk 1 second at a time, I'll feel fine. I am fine. I expect the gravity of this attempt will pull you all into my vantage. Can I have your attention, please? Just a taste should get me by. Pretend friends. You have my organs. They belong to others. The trade begins again. Craving every faceless gaze. A glimpse of how I should behave, act this way, that's it. If I walk 1 second at a time, I'll feel fine. I am fine. I expect the gravity of this attempt will pull you all into my vantage. Can I have your attention, please? Just a taste helps me survive. Can I spot the light that you're seeking, the spark that keeps this place alive? Can I be the one who holds it? Train myself to suit and shade, we'll burn brightly together, and then your eyes will behold us again.
Hi, Terry. I hope you get to hear that one again someday, man.
Wow, that was amazing. So I just wanted, yeah, it's great. I just wanted to give a shout out to our friend Mike, the Dashing Young and Bold, who referred us to you. And both of you guys, like when you guys play, it's like, even though it's just you and your guitar, it just feels like there's more instrumentation because of the really pretty, the ear candy stuff that you guys are doing. And I was just like, wow, in awe.
So it's really funny. I'm doing a lot of discovery in the community because there isn't a huge community for this type of thing that Mikey and I do. And it's funny how you're trying to find a word for it. So there's a genre because people didn't want to call this style of music emo, but they still wanted to keep that connotation. So they call it twinkle daddies. I don't know where the daddies came from.
Okay.
But yeah, but the twinkle, people call it twinkling,
Yeah.
or something like that. Not to be confused with another subgenre called sparkle punk, neither of which are selectable in Spotify yet. But I think it's coming. That's what's hip with the kids right now. Like, they're calling
I see.
things twinkle daddies.
Twinkle daddies. What about
It's a genre name. Yeah.
what about are there any ladies? Would they also be called? Would they?
Twinkle daddies, I think so. And you know what? I honestly never really thought about I always kind of thought of it as a joke, but as I get like in the community, it seems like they take the label quite seriously. So yeah, I guess maybe we should try to fight for a little bit more gender equality, at least in the name you could just call it math rock or emo, I guess.
Yeah, I know it as math rock.
Yeah.
I like that.
Part of the origin story was that they wanted to distance themselves from the name emo, but I'm cool with it, and that's a lot more gender neutral, really. So
That's true. I considered it math rock, also because that's what Mikey was telling me about. I like that genre. That it's really cool. Anyway, I was geeking out. Thank you for sharing those songs. Can you talk to us a little bit more about your music, where we can find you? You do your own streaming as well. If you can talk to us about that.
Yeah, that's right. So we're Nurture everywhere. That's it's been on the stream down below us several times. But if it's not there, and now it's the nature nurture argument. It's like that, but without the nature part. And the reason that it's called that is because it was during I mentioned that I do that challenge where I record a whole album in a month. It was the first time I wanted to really give. Oh yeah, yes. It's called the RPM challenge. Every February, I sit down and write, record, produce 10 songs, and it's like an accountability thing, really, personal. And that's why I called this Nurture. I distanced this project from my personal work because it was something that I cared for a lot, and it didn't have anything to do with kind of like me personal anymore. It was all about this project, and it was getting a lot of love and care, and I nurtured it, so I called it Nurture.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so you can find us anywhere under that name. Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Trying to get a little Periscope thing going. We're working on that. We're on Twitch as well, so we're everywhere. Sometimes to a fault.
That's what you have to be. Like, I almost find that that's what we need to do as artists in this time. Especially to be easy accessible online, because that's where we're performing now.
Right, yeah. This is my first show. So I've only done 2 shows by distance. The other show was a songwriter circle, which is similar. It was collaborative instead of just like a straight performance thing. But yeah, I'm not performing at all. Like, we really have to be out there and doing this for sure.
That's true. Aside from performing, you are also doing your own live stream. Is it weekly?
Yeah. So every Tuesday night at between 5 and 6 p.m. Atlantic time, I'll do our whole set 2 times on all of the live streaming platforms. So wherever, including Reddit, we're on. Sometimes we make the front page. We've done that twice, and that was horribly scary. At one point, I just screamed to my partner, "There's thousands of people watching me right now, babe," and we do this minor tick up in the stats on Spotify. But yeah, it's an incredibly like new platform for streaming, and for some reason, whatever this looks like to people is interesting. So we. But yeah, Tuesday nights. If you follow us on Twitter or on Instagram or on, we have a Discord server. In any of those places, you'll get notified when we go live, so you won't miss it. So make sure you follow us on any of those platforms, and you'll know well ahead of time when it's time to come in and hang out. And we try to make them interactive too. Like, even though I'm just playing the set, I like talking to people and learning about them and becoming.
Cool, sweet. And right now, you've actually developed a group. Right now, you've developed a group to help people with coping hold on, what am I trying to say? Talk to me about the coping group that you've developed. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure, yeah. So that's the story behind our single "Lonely Habits." That's the song I'm gonna play next. It's gonna be the last song. It's kind of my little push. Hopefully you'll go follow us on Spotify so you can catch that when it goes live next week. So yeah, our song "Lonely Habits." I wrote it when I was newly in my sobriety, about 6 months into becoming sober from alcohol. I've recently quit nicotine as well, so that's sweet. What a terrible drug that is too. But yeah, so I was about 6 months in, and I was really feeling the kind of the self-imposed isolation that comes along with stopping any activity or any drug. Anything that you really like. I really identified myself with all the activities I did while I was drinking. And
Right.
even though my friends didn't ask me not to come around anymore or anything like that, I just myself decided or thought that I couldn't do those activities. So those activities weren't for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got really, really isolated, and I wrote this song while I was in that kind of alone, and freaking out period. And then when I was writing the lyrics and getting ready to really do the first like huge promotional push I've ever done for a project, I thought somebody might hear this song and hear all of these words about drinking and quitting drinking, and it might sound like I'm demonizing people who use alcohol, but I wanted to let them know that that's not what it's about. It's about challenging your relationship with a substance. And then I figured if they do that, if they take me up on that and they quit drinking, then I want them to have a place to go where they don't have to feel alone like I felt. So that's why we developed a Discord server where our listeners can come in. Right now, it's like we all get together in the server almost daily, which is amazing, and 5 or 6 of us will put songs on to listen to together. So it's become this community of
cool.
just sharing music. It's amazing. I'm flabbergasted and grateful for them every day. But we also have a support group where we share free mental health resources. I'm a certified mental health first aid provider, so if somebody's going through a crisis moment, then I can help them in that time. Or if they're just struggling with sobriety and they're feeling lonely and they just want somebody to talk to about how much it sucks that they can't partake in that thing that they're addicted to anymore, then to catch them.
What are some of the tools that you've used or have suggested to others in the beginning stages of dealing with an addiction, for your example, like dealing with isolation? Like, is there something that you found helped you in the beginning?
Yeah, so there's one thing that helps both the addiction and the loneliness. But the thing for just addiction or mental health issues in general, access for help for this kind of thing is immensely poor. So you should get therapy and you should talk to a doctor about your mental illness, and you should get prescribed the right thing to care for you first and foremost. But I recognize that that care is really, really difficult to come by. And for that reason, I always promote these 2 things because they're easy to do and they're free. So the CDC came out with a really robust study recently that says that just 20 minutes of exercise, a single bout of moderate exercise, they cite doing the dishes aggressively is enough exercise.
Wow.
Yeah, you can improve trait and state anxiety. So that's if you have an anxiety disorder or if you're just really stressed out, it'll help. With that. It'll help with depression. It will help ground you and get you away from addiction. It basically is this huge paper saying that 20 minutes of exercise in any context is a benefit to you, as long as you're not pushing yourself too hard. So that's the first thing I'd say. If you're struggling with addiction, mental health, anxiety, depression, those kinds of things, and you're in the kind of headspace where you can take 20 minutes and exercise, then do that. Like that will help you. That's free. If you get into a routine, the benefits are even better. But something that helped me with addiction and also isolation was mindfulness meditation. There's lots of podcasts out there, guided meditations. I like mindful.org particularly. They have really great resources. And that helps you take the cravings and the addiction and kind of hold it at a distance and say, okay, here's this thing. This is what it's doing, but it is separate from my agency, and now I can take this thing. It's separate from me. I can handle it.
Right. I'm curious about, if you don't mind sharing, the time where you found that wasn't part of you, that realization, or if you're still finding it, or if you already found it. What is that experience for you like?
Finding like addiction?
No, what you were talking about with meditation, knowing that isn't a part of you.
Sure, yeah. So that part's really tough. Mindfulness really is a practice, and it's a muscle, right? So it isn't really, you don't really have a eureka moment so much as you kind of gradually notice, because you are always separate from your thoughts. They are just thoughts. They're not tangible things in this room like this Pikachu I have. They're not real things. So at any given time, and maybe that knowing and that knowledge at all, maybe you're really logical and pragmatic, and that's enough for you to say I'm separate from your thoughts. But mindfulness is really the constantly grounding yourself, like feeling yourself pulled against the earth, gravity weighing you down, and remembering that I am this physical, corporeal thing, and my thoughts are this other imaginary thing that are imposed upon me, kind of like constantly. So it's kind of that, you practice that, you stretch that muscle, you remind yourself that you're separate from your thoughts, and eventually, I need to talk into the mic more, sorry about that. So once once you're separate from your thoughts, then you can start coping. So the mindfulness gets you to that point where you're at least separated from them, and then you can start using therapy, cognitive behavioral therapies, things like that, to take those thoughts and change them. So yeah, it's not really a moment. I guess that's a really long way to say it's not really a moment.
That's okay.
It's a constant gradual process, I'd say.
That's great to know, because I think when I'm also learning to practice meditation myself, just in the middle of this book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, which I absolutely love. And I think that when it comes to meditation, it's, like you said, it is a muscle. And I've actually talked to Kat, our tech girl behind the scenes, about meditation as well. And I think that knowing that it's a journey as opposed to like a it's going to happen right away, it's good to know. Definitely.
Yeah, and maybe that philosophy comes a little more easily to us because we've played and mastered an instrument. We know you're not going to suck at it forever and to keep on, you know?
That's so true. You're right. But whenever I want to try to learn a new instrument, I'm like, I just want to be good right away, and then I don't play it anymore. Anyway, but I would love to segue into your last song, which encompasses this conversation. So take it away.
All right, let's do it. So this song is called Lonely Habits. We kind of talked about it at length now. It's about me quitting drinking. And if it convinces you that you want to quit drinking, just send me a DM and we'll get you some help.
Will you stop? I'm left behind alone. Alone in this corner that I built to fit in. My friends all wait next to the habits I've abandoned. You should have another drink. All your friends will come back if you have another drink. This falls black. Will you stop? I'm far behind you. Can you stop? I've fallen so far. Alone, but I accept I am the one pushing you away. I know we will never stick together playing these games. Will you stop? I'm far behind you. Can you stop? I've fallen so far.
Woo! That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is really cool.
Yeah, no problem. This is great. I can't wait to meet you in person, either here or over there or somewhere else in Canada.
Yeah, and now that I know you meditate, just like let me take this moment to encourage you to keep it up because I need that encouragement too. I need that reminder to continue meditating.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Actually, Kat, if you want to come join us, can we just talk quick about meditation? Because she's given me this is Kat.
Hey everyone!
She's given me quick tips about meditation, and I know that you do it every day, Kat. Can you talk to us a little bit?
Thanks.
Or-
I wish I did it every day. I feel better when I do it every day, but I do fall off the wagon. I'm currently off the wagon. I try to do 12 minutes a day. It took me a really, really long time to get into it. At first, I can't do guided stuff at all. I don't find myself successful. What really got me into it was staring into a flame of a candle, just getting myself into that fire. And then it changed. Then I got past that and was able to just be there. And I just continually say, I'm here, I'm here. And I kind of like just float into the ether. And, it gets to that orgasmic physical feeling. So sometimes it gets to that intensity that I'm like, whoa, I got to stop meditating.
It does get wild. That's
awesome.
This has always been the way. Like, the auditory part, right? When you hit that threshold and stuff starts to sound different and you're like really in tune with sound, you're like, oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Is a door open? Like, what's going on?
What was
It's
that?
so
It's
cool.
like you're plugging in. Like
Yeah.
you're really plugged in. It's like you're somewhere else, but you're everywhere.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's really
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. When you were speaking about your thoughts and being separate from your thoughts, I wanted to ask if you'd read The Untethered Soul.
No, who's it by?
I want to say Singer. Hold on, I'll get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to make sure I meditate every day too. The Untethered Soul. Oh.
Michael A.
Oh,
Singer.
yeah, you're right.
No, I haven't. So, I end up running into psychologists separate from their works because I end up reading articles or listening to podcasts instead of reading the books. But that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it sounds similar to the concept. I think maybe, you read so many multiple things and sources, and I just remember when I read this book, I was like, oh, and it all kind of like, bloop. So for me, I recommend this book to everyone. It sounds like you've got that concept, but it's a very powerful concept.
I would take it from anywhere. What I really want to try is Tai Chi because I've heard Tai Chi has basically all the concepts of mindfulness, but then you just add like exercise and movement into it, so it's like a double whammy. Like I don't have to go out for my jog for the day. I get my mindfulness done. Boom. Great.
That's perfect. Sweet.
Yeah.
Excellent. This was awesome. I love this conversation. We could keep going, but I know that we have the rest of Thursday to live off the internet. So,
Yes.
thank you so much, Nurture. Make sure you guys check out Nurture's music all over, and also check out Kat. She's also on Instagram too. And Let's Make Good Productions. This is so hard to point to everything. And join us every Thursday, 7 p.m., every Sunday, 12 p.m. We'll probably have you back on.
Yeah, I'd love
Nurture.
to.
It'd be great.
Absolutely. That would be really cool.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Have a great night, everyone. See you next
Bye,
time.
guys. Have a good night.
Excellent. Oh, I thought I signed off.